What's good, YouTube? We're back again on another video, and today I want to talk about why leaving your hometown is going to be the best decision that you can truly make as a man. I left my hometown when I was 18 years old, and that's the best decision I've ever made in my life. Taking that jump, taking that risk, and going all out on something. Like, I moved to Thailand 8 months ago, something like that. Just a one-way ticket, just a suitcase, a little bit in savings, and just a plan and an unbreakable mindset. And that's going to be the only thing what you truly need. If you want to make it big somewhere in life, or you have a dream and you have an aspiration, the best thing that you can do for yourself as a man is to get out of your hometown, is to move out of your parents' house, because you have such a safety net this is going to be the first thing I want to talk about. The safety net when you're living at home is so low. Like, it doesn't matter, even when I started running my own business, when I first quit my job, if I didn't make any money for a month, it didn't even matter, because there was going to be food, there was going to be warmth, there was going to be comfort in my house. The second you move out, that is all eliminated, and it teaches you very, very important lessons as a man, and you have to just take things on the back, and you have to be stoic about life, and you have to just learn how to maneuver in certain situations, how to move forward when things aren't going your way, how to maneuver, and maybe when you're not getting your way in business, or something's going wrong, how you're going to figure that out. And these are some of the most important lessons that you can learn, especially at such a young age. Like, you would rather learn these lessons when you're 20 years old compared to when you're 30, compared to when you're 40. So just for a start, the responsibility what you can get the second you move out of your hometown is going to be the best thing, because once you're a man, once you move out there, you're on your own. Like, the second when I even turned 16 and I started working, my dad was like, all right, then you're on your own now. You're going to pay for your own shit. If you want to come on holiday with us, you're a working man. You're going to pay for your own stuff. And it teaches you some of the hard lessons in life. It teaches you some of the things what you truly need to know, because no one's going to help you out at the end of the day. Once you are a man, you are pretty much signing up that you have to do everything yourself, and you have to figure things out. And that's going to be one of the greatest things for your character development, your personal development especially, because once you're on your own, no one's there to help you. And instead of looking for others to blame and looking at other people's situations and being like, I wish I was there, I wish I had that, it's their fault, you look back at the man in the mirror and understand everything about where you are right now is your fault. And once you take that responsibility on the back and you just decide to get on with life, no matter how good the situation is, no matter how shit that situation is, because you're going to have times where you hit an ultimate low and you feel at your worst and you feel like you want to go back, but you understand, I don't want to go back to an ordinary life. I want to continue to live my dream. Obviously, I live in Thailand. I live a very, very good life. But there's going to be times where I'm going to get stressed out. There's going to be times when things aren't going to go my way. There's going to be times where I think, fuck, it'd be so much easier if I was just living at home, if I just had all of that comfort. And at the end of the day, that's something that we're all going to strive for. Like, it's going to be in all of our minds. We're always going to want to have that comfortability. We're going to want to have that warm house. We're going to want to have those people around us what are going to make you feel good. And at the end of the day, as a man, that's not always going to be there. And you're going to have to accept that and just decide to move forward and be like, it's not going to be comfortable right now. It's going to be really, really stressful right now. However, what's the reward from that going to be? You get to do what you want every single day. You're not going to have to go to a shit 9-to-5 job. And that's even for a fact why most people decide to even stay in their job. They stay in that shit 9-to-5 job because they get that comfortability, because they get that pay every single month, regardless of anything else. Like, when you run your own business, when you do things for yourself, your pay will change. Some months you might make loads, some months you might make nothing. And I've experienced both of those, and being in a position where you're 12 hours away from your home country, not even necessarily hometown, my entire country. I live halfway across the world from my family. So I can't just be like, let me come around for a cup of tea while I'm not feeling too good right now. You have to just learn to get on with things. And it teaches you so many lessons about life, because I will look at right now anybody that I went to school with, anybody that I was surrounding myself with, and I think they're all a bunch of pussies, because they never decided to take a risk for themselves. They never decided to take a jump and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to try it and just see how it goes. They never decided to do that. Instead, they took that easy way out, like what I started to do. They got an apprenticeship, they might get qualified, they might get a job, go to university and take that traditional route. But most of us men, not most of us, probably 5% of us, we have that desire within ourselves to be like, I want more out of my life. Because you all want more out of your life. You're not going to want to live an average life forever. So moving out of your hometown is going to be one of the fastest ways you can get there. Another thing, you're not going to be surrounded around those people. the people that you went to school with, that are okay with living an ordinary life, that when you tell them you've got a business, they're gonna make fun of you. That when you start posting on social media, they're gonna start laughing at you. Because I've had all of it. Because I was surrounded in that exact environment. And you're gonna keep getting peer pressured. Are you coming out drinking? Are you coming to do this? Are you coming to do that? And because they're the only people you're around, you're always going to fall a victim to that. You're always going to be at the same level as personal development as the people around you. So if they're not where you want to be in life, why are you continuing to surround yourself with that? Compared to now, you moved, well, obviously I live in Bangkok right now. The only people that I surround myself with are people who are on the exact same mission. The people that are making money online in my business model and trying to change their life. Because that's what brings everybody together here. So most people you speak to, they work online, they make money online, they have good connections. And that's going to be something that's very, very important, because your network as a man is going to be one of the most important things. Because are you going to want to surround yourself with just pussies who don't want to do anything in life, who don't want to strive for new goals, they don't want to get in better shape, they don't want to make more money? Or the complete opposite. Do you want to be around killers, people who are making 50k a month, 100k a month, and showing you what's truly possible? But because once you live this lifestyle, it's impossible to ever go back. It is impossible, because you truly see what's possible. It's called the law of exposure. Once you are exposed to a certain way of living, a certain life, it's going to be impossible, because you can never unsee that in your mind. So if, for whatever reason, someone had to go back home, they would always find a way to come back here. So that's number two. That's why moving out of your hometown is going to be one of the most important things. Because once you are living with your parents, they have a leash on you. No matter if you want to accept that or you don't, they can ultimately control you, because you're living with them. You're under their rules because you're living in their house. If you do something they don't like, or if you do something disrespectful, they can kick you out at any moment. And that's not something good. You have to learn to make your own money as a man. You have to learn to take everything on the back and get on with life. No more just getting a paycheck from an average job. No more just showing up and showing out every single day. You have to decide what sort of path you want in life. Do you want to take all of that risk on your own back, but have the potential upside of making 10k a month, 20k, 30k, 50k, 100k? Do you want to take all of that risk on yourself and go after it? Because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't necessarily have a plan. And it's like what Mike Tyson says. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the fucking face, and then reality slaps you. And that's what he's going to do. But it's very, very humbling, because reality is going to smash you all in your face. I first moved out here, I made 10k in my first month. And that's the most I'd ever made. Before I was making 1k a month, 2k a month. I made 10 the first month that I moved out here. Then for the next couple of months, I had spent a lot of that money and then I was going through struggles. I wasn't necessarily making money. And then for a lot of people, they would have took that comfortable route and just gone back home and just tried to start things back up again. But if you continue pushing through those harder times and you realize, I can't go back home, there's nothing that I can do at home that I can't do here, I'm just going to keep pushing through, keep going through it. It just teaches you the ultimate discipline. Because when you see that bank dropping every single month, the only thing that's keeping you in check is going to be that routine. It's going to be sticking to your word every single day. It's going to be constantly seeing the end of that tunnel, always seeing that light. And that's something that you have to remind yourself of, especially when you've got everything on your own back and you're running your own business. And that's why most people fail, because they'll see that comfortability, they'll see something dropping, they'll see something going off in their personal life, and they'll think, I can't deal with this any longer. And overall, just moving out, it just helps you level up in every aspect, because once you do something for yourself and without your parents and without those friends, you build unbreakable confidence, and you have to learn to build unbreakable discipline. Because if you slack for a month, or if you slack for 2 months, you're going to get all of those sort of negative effects of that. It's all going to hit you in the face, and reality is going to slap you in the face probably every single fucking week or every single day, especially for me. Like a lot of things that I've gone through, it's just reality getting smacked in the face. But if you can show you can keep getting up every day, and you can keep hustling, and you can keep working, you're going to get the rewards from that. Whether it be in a week, whether it be in a month, whether it be in 2 months, you're going to always get that reward. But being able to do something on your own without having your parents there to support you, or without having your parents being able to help you out, that's one of the best things, because everybody's going to look up to you. And you always have that mission in your mind. Like whenever you go back home, you will have wanted to accomplish all of those goals what you set out to do. So that means when you go back, you're going to be a completely different person. And you won't even be able to sort of fit into a normal way of living. Like I know right now, if I ever somehow went back, there's no way I could ever live a normal life once again. Just going with the same old people, going out drinking, being bored. First of all, there's fuck all to do where I'm from in England. It's just shit. So moving out has been one of the greatest decisions that I have ever made. And it's something that all of you should consider doing. If you're not in the position right now where you haven't got enough money, start investing into a side hustle. Start trying to start your own business. And once you make enough money, which isn't that hard, you literally need to make $2,000 a month. And you can do whatever you want out here. That's all you need. And it's really not that hard. Once you have a system in place, once you have everything in place, it isn't that hard. You just have to commit, and you just have to have the discipline and the confidence that you're going to figure it out. It's going to be hard. It's going to definitely challenge you in every single aspect. However, it's 100% going to be worth it because you get to do everything. And I would say probably you mature probably 4 or 5 times faster than living at home, because I feel like I've lived 5 years in the past 6 months or something like that. Just through the experiences, what you have, the people that you meet, the challenges that you go through, you level up 10 times faster than when you are living at home in a comfortable environment with your parents. There is no benefit to that. Because if you are making money online, like where I was, what's the point of making money in your mum's bedroom when you can just move out and do everything for yourself? Move out. That's what I'm trying to say to you. If you have the chance, move out as early as possible. I moved here, I had £4,000. That's all I had. I had £4,000 saved up, and I just decided to move here. In the first month of being here, I spent 8,000. So you have to work that one out in your brain. If I only had 4 when I came here, and I spent 8, I must have got that other money from somewhere else. So it just forces you to level up in every aspect, because you just see people doing what you want to do, but at such a higher scale. People making so much money you couldn't even believe is possible. And there's so many people doing that. So it just opens your mind to what is truly out there. And then you can try and get that clarity and be like, I want to do this in life. I want to do that in life. But I want to say to you, it's 100% possible. And you should take that jump. You should take that leap. Even if you've only got a couple grand. Come out here, see how far it takes you, and you'll figure something out. And that you will 100% make something work. So yeah, move out here. If you want me to help you, drop me a message on Instagram. If you've got any questions, how much it costs to live, where's the best areas to visit, drop me a message on Instagram. If you're struggling with your online business, if you don't know what to do or how to do that, I'll leave a link in the description and you can book a call with me. We'll have a strategy session. So I'll talk to you about where you are, where you want to get to, which is probably going to be moving out here and making money online. And I'll help you do so. So if you want access to that, book a call with me in the description. But yeah, like I said, moving out as a young man is one of the greatest decisions you can ever make. So take all that on board. There's going to be way more. I'm going to make a couple trainings on how you can leave your hometown, how you can actually elevate in all aspects. But yeah, that's pretty much why you should move out. And if you are making money, fucking do it. There's nothing good than living with your parents. It's terrible.